Hey everyone, welcome to a. Oh my god, I don't have enough energy. Let's just end the broadcast. A Pro Dota commentary done by Luminous. Today we are casting Orange versus DK. This is for Pro Dota 2, the tournament. Orange on the Radiant, DK on the Dire Squad, and joining me alongside is bballing773 from DotaCommenters.com. What is up, B-Balling?
Yo, you gotta get energetic. When was the last time you saw Chinese in Dota 2? Especially since Lone Druid, Panda, all these heroes that they love have been added into it. I'm really looking forward to this game. Gotta get hype. If you're not hype, you gotta make your own hype.
Energy is my second name, middle name.
I thought Danger was.
That too. I have a whole bunch of middle names.
Dang, you're a man.
So
of
right
many
now,
names.
Panda is banned because it is a Chinese hero by all natures. Panda, Prophet is the heroes to be banned, as we see Invoker being banned by DK Burning. Last time we saw DK, they were like buying the wrong items, or were selling the wrong items. They are definitely not prepared to play Dota 2. Sources have been said that they've been practicing fairly hard, fairly regularly as well. So buying the wrong item should be way, in the past. So let's see what DK Burning's got for us. Now we know that Orange and their squad has been very, very adept at playing Dota 2. So no questions there. We are playing on the Asian server, so no lags there. We should have ourselves a very, very clean and a good game.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, I'm also hoping for some Chinese picks like Bat Rider, maybe? That would be pretty awesome. And hopefully there's a good amount of action to keep us all entertained, to keep you awake. I really need to sense that fire from you, Lunas. Set fire to
Fire's one of my middle names too.
Okay, Darkseer is the man. Very, very... actually, I don't think he was a big Chinese hero. Of course, he was trending a lot recently in Southeast Asia in Dota 1. But I'm not really too sure because the Chinese have not released any information about their replays in Dota 1 or Dota 2. So we're going into this pretty blind for the most part, I think.
Well, I mean, we were given some replays by A3 that we casted for some CLC scrims, so there's some Chinese content, but never did we see them, scrim professionally. A3 did send me a couple of replays yesterday of official scrims as well. I haven't had the chance to look at it, but there's some sources out there. But you're right, we don't know what they're playing. We don't know what they're picking. I have actually seen them do Night Stalker quite a bit from what I've heard, but that's I don't think Night Stalker makes appearance today, but we'll see. Lesh and Darkseer are the bans, which is not surprising because Lesh and Darkseer are the heroes that is doing very well lately. Windrunner is going to be the first pick. Immediate Lone Druid.
Yes, burning Lone Druid, burning Bear. I am very excited.
I'm ready for this one.
Your body has become ready.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's go. Burning Bear and the Chen. So it looks like DK is going for a push strat. Now, the common misconception about Chinese teams is that they farm all day. But definitely, since the big push metagame has sort of come into prominence, DK has shown they can push with the best. They may not take as many team fights, but when they get their items, they push. They have extremely exceptional coordination, and they will be able to get the win as they get their key items. And looks like it's on the Radiant side to prevent that push. Looks like they pick up Windrunner, Enchantress, and Crystal Main, the three chicks supports who are going to be very useful. Of course, you can shackle the bear to the hero. You can push earlier with Enchantress and Crystal Main, of course, providing that nice frosty aura that we all know and love.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal Maiden against Chen's not the worst in terms of a matchup. Nova is a decent slow, but more importantly, that bite shuts down Chen creeps for 5-10 seconds. So it's actually and deals quite a bit of damage in return as well. So Crystal Maiden, in terms of stopping a Chen push or at least delaying it, it's one of the best support hero you could have. I guess Witch Doctor is the other one that you could consider, but probably not. So Crystal Maiden is going to feel the aura, make the ganks a lot stronger as well. Tidehunter is going to be a pick here. So kind of a standard support lineup that we see most other teams employ, the Chen and the Tide. And I wonder if it's going to be a double jungle, because we could easily pick up two solo heroes and go with that. Of course, Tidehunter can go to support a range carry on the bot lane. That is a possibility. It is endless right now, and I'm very excited. So excited I can't even speak.
Well, that's pretty standard, because you're always excited. And
I'm always excited that I can speak, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we all come to expect that by now. Anyway, Tidehunter, he's a hero that has not been seen any time recently in the Chinese Dota 1 scene, at least that I can recall, but Tidehunter's clearly shown that DK is keeping up with the current metagame. They're clearly picking up heroes who are considered very strong. And Tidehunter is one of those heroes, of course. Anchor Smash Ravage, I think, is probably the best ultimate in the game, in my opinion. And
I would
he.
disagree.
You wouldn't disagree? Yeah.
I
But
would disagree.
you would? What
I
would you
would.
say? You'd say Freezing Field?
I don't know what it is, but I don't think Type Ravage is the best ultimate in the game. But I think we're getting off track.
As we see Shadow Shaman being the ban, a hero who can soul, who can push, who can lock down heroes very nicely with the single target disables. And he is... I don't know if Burning would have picked him up, but still a very nice ban nonetheless, in seeing that DK might go for more solos. Yeah.
Yeah, fairly interesting choice to ban the anti-mage as well. I mean, anti-mage, I feel like Lone Druid more than enough counters with Entangle, although, Blink is always an annoying spell to deal with. Chen is playstyle, deals with anti-mage fairly nicely. What we're going to see here from this game, unless, something big drastic changes, is Lone Druid rushing for the Relic. Some players like to go for a Hood first, some players like to go for, Mega first even. But I think in this case, you're going to leave the Mega for the Chen, and you're going to go for straight Relic Rush. Now, of course, there is a possibility of going for Hood if you want to play a little bit more defensively, but generally, that's not what I see from past. So I am expecting a Rally Rush, and I'm expecting it to be done at like 15 minutes.
Yeah, some pretty interesting bans coming up. Lifesteal for DK and Dragon Knight for Orange. I don't think they would have picked up Dragon Knight, but Lifesteal, of course, could fare quite well against the bear. Even though he has pretty high armor and Feast does get reduced by armor, he can still sap away a lot of the life. He can also hit the bear quite hard, so a pretty nice ban by DK protecting that bear. And of course, Queen of Pain going to be the pickup. Queen of Pain, a hero with a lot of amounts of mobility, but if she does get entangled, she's pretty much dead.
Yep.
She can blink away, but of course the entangle will keep her in place. And
I thought you can't blink during Entangle. Am I mistaken on that one?
I'm pretty sure you can. You're probably right. I mean, you're the master of mechanics anyway.
Well, I'm wrong a lot of times, but I don't think I'm wrong there.
Okay.
But you know how I said like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna not see a Hood Rush on Syllabear. I might have to take that back now, seeing that Queen of Pain is a fourth pick, because that is a very, very strong reason to at least pick up a Cloak, and maybe even work towards a Hood if you want to survive here. Vengeful Spirit is going to be the pick here. I love what we get. We have an aura-based team. Don't be surprised if Syllabear picks up a Vlad's, in later portion of the game. So we have Mass Venge Aura, we have Chen Auras, we have Vlad's Aura. It's going to be a very, very easy pushing squad. You're going to just move in. The question is, will the Queen of Pain finish the Acceptor by then? Will we have Max Nova by then? High chances of both happening. But this pushing squad right now by TK looks pretty ridiculous, if you ask me.
The Vengeful Spirit also lends even more credence to the fact that they might be double jungling. They have a lot of supports. They might also soul the Tidehunter, who's been seeing that recently. Of course, it's sort of faded out in the past couple of days, but still very viable enough.
No. They're going mid with a Tide. Calling it right now.
Okay, let's see. Psychic Luminous going in. Clearly knows the mind of Burning better than anybody.
That's right. He's my homeboy.
Came from the same province. Came from the same city. You guys have a lot in common.
From the same room. No, maybe not. Maybe
He's your
not
brother from another mother. As anyway, the the pick time is running out quite quickly. Who do you think Orange needs right now? They might want to get some late game assurance, or they might want to go all out. Because one of the problems with Bear is that when he takes a little while to get going, but when he does get going, he's really devastating. So you can, of course, do stuff against him. In terms of AoE lockdown, they only really have, I guess, the Ravage that can be relied on. So there's not really too much anti-push going in favor for DK.
Well, yeah, there's really nothing now. Of course, the last pick could easily fix for that. What Radiant need right now, in my opinion, is a carry. No, they're going to forgo the carry, so this is going to be an exciting game.
Team fight. Let's go.
Yeah, team fight. Not surprising at all, considering that this is Southern East Asian Dota. I'm still shouting for a hero like Silencer, but Puck just good enough, because you are going to get a Silence as well. Puck on the sideline, Ty on the mid. I'm going to see something like Lone Drip with Ventral Support, Chen in the jungle. Of course, these three is going to be on the top, so that top tower on the Radiant side will be going down in a flash. Laning wise, Orange got the better heroes, but let's see if they can take advantage of that.
Of course, one of the props to playing Lone Druid is that he's probably the best laning carry in the game. He can handle himself quite well against a dual lane or even a tri lane by pulling the creep aggro away and making sure that the other team can't get pulls off. Trilin's a little bit more difficult, but he can definitely handle himself quite well against a dual lane. And Puck is a hero who can provide a lot of long-range initiation, so they have a decent amount of range. They have the swap, they have the Illusion Orb, Dream Call, and Ravage whenever it gets into place. Of course, they gotta be careful of the mobility on the Radiant side. Blink's gonna be picked up by Sand King, and of course, Quap already has the Blink Windrunner, quite mobile, so only Puck is really mobile for DK. So looks like Orange got the lineup they wanted in terms of mobility, but DK, they definitely have a good lineup to protect their bear until he gets that Radiance.
Yep, one of your favorite players, ROTK, playing that Puck. Of course, Burning handling that bear. We have Super going mid with the TIE Hunter. We have Lone DD playing the Chen, and Zippo on the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the orange side, we have X, who's Extinct on the Enchantress, K, who's KYXY on the Crystal main, I suppose, Y, who's Yamateh, who's a bigger fan of Dota 2 than Dota 1 these days, which is why we haven't seen him play Dota 1 at all in these GMPGL or GST games. He's going to be playing the Windrunner, Mushi going to be playing that Queen of Pain, and looks like Winter is going to be playing the Sand King. So Orange have probably their best lineup for Dota 2 at the moment. Of course, Yamateh has not been seen recently, so it's going to be interesting to see if his Dota 2 training has really paid off, and he can land some really clutch shackle shots.
Hopefully he's also don't get caught, as that is one of his downfalls. I'm going to call it out right now, man. But how have you been switching those cameras? Because I'm trying to click on heroes and having trouble doing so. Been switching to all the observers, free cameras, observer player perspective.
All I see is Quap for items and stuff. It's a little annoying.
Well,
we're gonna have a first-hand glimpse onto how well Mushi does for all his items.
I can't even. I have tower selected. That's it. This is mad good right here.
Well, Dota 2 is so kind to provide us this item information tab, so we should.
Yeah. All right, that's what I'm gonna be using with Procasters to work with this.
It looks like ROTK already used his orb, so it's on cooldown for quite a bit. Winter might be getting a kill very early on ROTK. One more attack, but ROTK manages to salve up in the meantime, and Winter having already used up a salve on ROTK. Of course, I can't really see how many salves ROTK has left, which is a little bit annoying. But Winter already getting the initial harassment. It's going to be a Puck versus Sand King lane. Sand King, I'm a big fan of getting as much experience as possible on Sand King because his ultimate is just incredibly devastating in the early game. He's going to go for another Burrow Strike, going to do more harassment, double damage, really hurting down ROTK.
ROTK showing up in the lane, and Winter, 2 Burrow Strike. That's going to be 2 salves if he does have more salve. Of course, we can't check the cooldown spells, but hey, we're going to be right there, man, using the item tabs. Using whatever other tab. Back on top lane here, Burning is going to be facing up against a Triling Enchantress. Offensive jungling, we have Winter, Kenchi playing the Crystal Maiden, and Yamateh in lane. This is going to be somewhat of a difficult lane for both teams to really adjust. Of course, Chen could actually come in, but X could always take away the creeps, and it looks like we have a little bit of dive here against Burning. No, it's going to be fine. Looks like we have an initiation against Extinct. Clap goes on him as well. Will he get the kill? I don't think so. That Tornado doing some big damage, and they got to take care of that, because look at all these guys. They immediately get stolen. Best way to deal with it. Zippo, Chen, losing some big HP quick.
Yeah, as I really like the lane so far for Orange. They have a Solomid Tide Hunter like you called, and Quap should be able to handle herself quite well. And that early harassment by Winter is going to keep Puck afraid for a bit. Already going to use the salves and stuff like that. And a Trilon is really the best way to shut down the bear, especially Burning Bear, who's pretty famous. Probably the best lone druid in all of Dota 1 at least, and we're going to see how he transitions in Dota 2. But I really like the lane so far for Orange, and Tide Hunter going to Anchor Smash a bit. Looks like he picked up a fast bottle, I think. I saw the bottle charge thing.
He's definitely bottling up. If you're wondering what his skill build is, it's definitely going to be Anchor Smash. He's maxing as it goes, not the Gush. Probably has 1 point in Gush and putting other points into Crack and Shell. And what Anchor Smash actually allow you to do, because of such of the low cooldown, you're actually going to outpush Queen of Pain. Yes, believe it or not. He's going to find himself a haste rune on the bot. Not going to be using it for a gank. Maybe he's going to hold on to it and haste on the top if engagement happens. But he's going to go back and lane and Anchor Smash away. Anchor Smash, the good thing is, I mean, it does a lot of damage early on. Also, if Queen of Pain actually gets into the range and get hits, that's a decent nuke, and also it reduced her physical DPS output for a little bit as well. So it's definitely very, very annoying for Queen of Pain. But likewise, the Shadow Strike, very annoying for her as well.
Yeah, of course you can dispel the Shadow Strike if you take enough damage, but I think you need to take 600 damage for the Kraken Shell to proc, which is not really a feasible option in the early game. So, meanwhile, it looks like there's just a lot of hero movement going on standard in Chinese game, and Yamateh and KYXY are going to be able to handle themselves quite adeptly in the top lane as Enchantress has moved on to the bottom lane. ROTK ran out of Salves, only has Tangos, and looks like they're going to go on a gank. They drop the clap, they drop the shockwave. ROTK is going to die for sure. First Blood going for Extinct, and Winter is going to be loving that for all the free experience and free farm he's going to get. And XY, really nice transition. Of course, I think DK should have probably let ROTK know. I think ROTK did know that Enchantress had moved lanes, but unfortunately he was caught and he died.
Yep, and it seems like the laning stage is not really favoring the DK, as we see Tidehunter losing the mid lane a little bit. I suspect the Shackle Shot and Zibbo, a little bit of harass on him, but really nothing too really done. Burning, I mean, he's farming, but he's farming against 3 lane. They're not getting too many kills in return. First Blood went to the Radiant, so really right now, not too well. So he sees Zibbo in a little bit of trouble. Zibbo's going to go down as well. 2-0 against DK. Orange on a fantastic start.
Yeah, and they really have very powerful early to mid-game heroes, and it's up to DK to weather the storm. And if Sand King picks up a fast Blink Dagger, just to go back to my point on Sand King, it just does so much damage. And in terms of mobility, not really much that Dagger can do to avoid it. So I really like this Sand King solo lane, going to really provide a lot of mid-game burst damage that Orange will need in order to end the game quite quickly. Mushi really doing a nice job keeping super off the lane. None of the lanes going real well for DK at all. I think all 3 lanes are being lost.
Yep, it's not going well, but if anyone can come back, it is going to be DK, because they have a lot of experience.
No
back
bias
in the mid lane,
there.
though, there was a dive here on against Tidehunter. Tidehunter got picked off. He was not level 6. Probably would not have used his ult anyways, but Enchantress with a decent gank. And right now, Orange is playing really, really well.
Yeah, and Puck, of course, is managed to hit level 5, going to be able to pick up that ultimate. Maybe they're going to get a teleport scroll and go for a gank on the top lane when Puck does that in order to swing the momentum a bit, but it looks like they're just going to do some team jungling. Group jungling always makes everybody so happy. Yamateh is level 5, or level 4 at the moment. He's probably farming quite well. Let's just check out the creeps rate. Yep, 24 CS. As compared to Burning's 21. So Burning is keeping up relatively well, not getting the free farm that he so desperately wants and seeks and craves, that he dreams about every night before going to sleep. As it looks like there's going to be a smoke gang immediately getting dispelled by KYXY, who notices the dire heroes on the high ground, going to drop the Hall of Terror, but Zippo might be in a lot of trouble. Power Shot is going to be dropped to Nova, already being dropped, and Frostbite should be the next spell to be casted. Crystal Mane's so very slow. Looks like Yamateh is going to win run in, but meanwhile, KYXY is going to be the first one to fall. DK Long DD gets owned by Mushi, who blinks in with the Scream of Pain, and Orange with very nice hero movement, going to be able to keep DK down, as it looks like Winter and Extinct managed to get a kill on the Puck. Nothing is going DK's way at the moment.
Yeah, DK is not playing as well as they could. You can see that in a little movement earlier. Ventral Sphere went back here against the Crystal Maiden. Unfortunately, Chan was not really paying attention. So the miscommunication here for DK is just not helping out. They definitely did not need to lose as many heroes as they did. And good move trying to save the Ventral Spirit by Chen, but it really was not enough. And right now, Orange is getting kills everywhere over the map. DK's collapsing. So they're really in a big trouble. In terms of their mid-game, though, they do have a mid-game lineup, but it really is dependent on early game. I cannot imagine that they're losing this early game with a Chen. Like, they should be pushing down towers. Unfortunately, they're getting nothing done right now.
Yeah, I think they want to get a lot of farm on Burning, who hasn't died. That's the only bright spot for DK, is that Burning has not died, and he's microing the bear quite well. As it looks like Puck gets epicentered and burrow striked. He tried to phase out ROTK, getting completely destroyed. A little bit sad to see this, but Winter, nice job exploiting the weakness of Puck so far, and just owning it up. What else can I say?
One thing we're seeing right now here is one of the, I guess the new trendy build for some of these heroes. If you look at the item here on the Syllabary, he actually has a Tranquil Boots Now he's getting triangle boots earlier for a little bit of small amount of healing. He will actually disassemble the boots later on for Vlad. Very good for Vlad's hero to pick up that kind of stuff.
Uh-oh, Yamateh might be caught out. No, Yamateh realizes that it's a trap, and he manages to get LA just fine. 4 heroes migrating to the top lane. Sorry to cut you off right there, buddy.
No, that was good. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to push this one down. This is the exact thing that DK needs to do. They got to push down a tower. They don't want to push as 4 or 5 because they really don't want to lose EXP, but at this point they don't really have that choice. Of course, burning, Super is going to charge ahead with this Ravage. There's really nothing the Radiant side could do. I say they even go for tier 2 tower, depending how well their HP level. They are losing quite a bit of HP early, Super down to half HP. Seems like they want to keep on pushing, but with 3 heroes against their way, it's going to be somewhat tough. Kenji or KYXY here will be able to drop off another Nova very shortly. Back in the mid lane though, Mushi destroyed 1 tower by himself, so that's a pretty decent trade. Picks himself an invisibility rune, and it's coming in right now.
Yeah, DK definitely has to be wary. They are very item underleveled, I guess, which doesn't really make any sense whatsoever, as they're going to give up the push. DK having one of the best game senses in all of Dota. They clearly know that something's up with Mushi on the warpath. Going to try to get a kill on Zippo. Scream of Pain, Shadow Strike, Scream of Pain. Instantly melting Zippo. Zippo is going to respawn quite quickly, but that tower gold, unless he bought right before then, is going to go a little bit to waste, as ROTK not being killed for the first time in a while, as Winter is going to be able to farm up. Let's just check out his items really. He has the arcane boots and working towards that blink.
I mean, he's really farm right now, and I think he's probably the most farm person on the map, and that's saying a lot. Of course, that double damage rune in the early just really gave him the lane. Sanking is one of those momentum-based heroes. If you get him the early game items at levels, he will actually just stop your pushes so very easily. I mean, having Chen is nice, but having your creeps epicenter is not so good for a push. Back in the mid lane, there's a ping for the Roshan. I think they're getting a little bit prepared for that. They want to get a gang on Super. Super is going to be going down. Look at the Impedus damage. One more is going to do it, especially with the poison. There's an enchant just to make sure they get the kill. Queen of Pain on the high ground will blink in here for the kill. Very nicely done. Time to goes down one more time. Haven't used his Ravage just yet. He's holding on to it. That Ravage does have a very long cooldown. Back on the top lane, engagement in the jungle here. Kenshi's going to go down, and it looks like Yamateh might be a little bit of trouble. Intango is going to be hit, and do we have a swap out? Swap. No swap. Oh my god, I could actually click on units now.
Really?
Christmas came early.
I can't. Life is hard.
Okay.
Unfair.
Players watching out there, Long Druid taking ultimate at 6. This is the way to do it. I don't know why people are taking, I don't know, synergy at 8 and 9 and all that stuff and not taking points into ultimate. This is the way to do it. Watch Burning.
Anything Burning does.
No, not anything Burning do is correct, but I don't know why people don't take ultimate at 6.
The gospel of Burning. He led his very finest disciple, Luminous, transcribe all of Burning's greatness into the cast. As Burning, I think this case, yes, ultimate at level 6 is clearly the way to go. They definitely need all the survivability that they can get, and Yamateh is going to be able to solo it up. They're clearly keeping a nice eye over Burning. Big Brother's going to be able to protect the bears. He's going to resummon the bear, prevent it from dying, and the cooldown is there. Long DD might be in a little bit of trouble, shackled with no place to go. Or not shackled, just stuck.
Lundi has a Centaur creep, but that thing's not going to save him from 2 or 3 heroes. But looks like they're going to make it go here against Orange. Trying to try and run. Stomp. There's right there. There's a stomp. Going to make him lose a little bit of time with that Windrun. It's kind of trying to go to the left. I don't think that's going to work out. Shackle shot. The bear trying to TP out. Will he? First tank of proc. No proc here. Very lucky. Well play for Yamateh.
ROTK on the bottom lane. Centaur's coming in, and ROTK gets completely melted. And with these Centaurs, the tower's going to go down for sure. Creep wave being cut off nicely. Mushi managed to pick up the last hit. Mushi farming really well, got a lot of kills, and he's going to be working very quickly. He has the Staff of Wizardry, the Null Talisman, the only hero who I can see the items with without going to the item menu. But he has 1800 gold in the bank. Let's see what he picks up.
I hope it's Dagon, but probably it's not going to be a Dagon, and it's a point booster most likely. Again, a lot of attention being paid on the top lane constantly. We have a Crystal Maiden nuke, we have a Windrunner nuke. It shows that the Orange squad is saying that, you know what, Burning, you're not going to get free farm on the top lane, which is exactly what you need to do against Burning. At least keep 1 or 2 person in the lane, keep nuking. Of course, DK well prepared for that. They got a couple of people in the jungle as well. If they could pick off a Crystal Maiden one more time, that would be pretty nice. But meanwhile, if you look at the bot here, a lot of hero movement. They really want to make sure that all sides of the map are pressure. Queen of Pain is constantly farming mid, bot is constantly getting pushed, and really it feels like DK doesn't have 5 heroes. They are always, down in terms of numbers wherever they go. Even if they get the numerical advantage, Orange is doing a very good job to blink away, Windrunner away to prevent themselves from dying.
Winter is so very close to that blink diagram with that. I think they can take a push or take a team fight because they do have to worry about the Ravage. Queen of Pain stalking, wants to get a kill, and Tide Hunter spamming that Anchor Smash to get all the last hits he can get. Yamateh has been pressured down, probably having the least amount of fun for the Orange heroes as he is only level 7 compared to the other very high leveled heroes on the Orange side, but DK Burning might be in a little trouble. Nova is going to be dropped. He does pop the boots, is going to rev it up, and he's going to be able to get away very, very techy with that ultimate on. Really, really preventing the Dire from doing anything else. As ROTK gets melted once more. ROTK, no!
If you blink, you miss that one. Blink Dagger, Burrow Strike into a Blink Scream of Pain. And ROTK did not see that one coming. It is so hard to beat such an early Blink Dagger on the Senki. He's got Arcane and Blink, level 11. Bot tier 2 will be going down. They want to really set something up on the top lane here. Super does have the Ravage and Arcane Boots as well. Yamateh, wow, look at the positioning. And he is going to get out just fine. They are so prepared, and because they have Observer on the ground, they will see Tide Hunter coming in every single time. The only saving grace, like you said, is Burning, but I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, when every other hero is getting completely decimated at this point. Senki gonna channel the Epicenter. Burning might be going down. Frostbite, Power Shot, doing so much damage. Burning is gonna take the fall. First kill on Burning, and that is a big one. He was very, very safe in terms of getting that. Super gets shackle shotted, and they're just gonna immediately back off. Burning is back out. Winter just gonna go in for some harassment. And Orange can't do anything wrong at the moment.
Well, 75,000 gold lead. Item leads are all over the place here. Point booster up on the Enchantress. Of course, Queen of Pain is going to go for Necrobook. Wow, they want to push, and they want to push fast.
Just to sort of cut you off there again, Burning, that kill was huge because he was actually very close to his Relic. Check out his gold, man.
Wow, I thought he was farming well, but I didn't know he was farming that well. A 15-minute Relic, if he didn't have died in a game like this, down by 10 kills, I think that just shows how good of farming that Burning was. Back on the top lane, though, it looks like Yamateh trying to get off a shackle against ROTK. At this point of the game, all DK needs to do is just farm. Like, you're not going to try to gank them, you're not going to try and team fight them, just avoid them and farm. That's the only way you're going to come back. And I think that's what Burning has in mind. He's like, you know what? My team's fitting, time to carry.
Lou sounds a little bit bitter. Clearly happened to him many times in the past.
That does not sound bitter. I think this is what they need to do, and it's a very smart choice.
Yes, I agree, but looks like Orange, they recognize the situation at hand. They have all their ultimates online. They're going to be able to go in. Actually, Sand King ultimate is offline. They're going to channel that tornado by the Enchantress. It's going to go for that tier 1 tower in the top lane. Huge amount of gold going in favor of Orange, and let's see if they are not going to let Burning get any room to breathe and just go for the win very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big weaknesses of the Syllabur is that before he farms his Relic, he actually doesn't contribute a lot to his team. Sure, he's got the Bear and Tango, but really, that's not enough. He's got 3,500, but I think he's forced to go Journey up on the top lane to defend this one. So if you get a kill against Burning here, the game might be out of reach for DK. Right now, we do have Epicenter ready to go here for Orange. And he is, again, level 11, and Winter's just playing really well. And look at his skill build, taking a couple of points into Cossack Finale to make sure they get a better push going on. Make sure that, you could do a little bit more AoE damage. Looks like Winter's going to port out. Yamateh getting some farm on the bot lane. Despite what you said about him getting shut down on the top, he's got Necrobook, so that's very, very decent farm.
Yeah, Mushi also going Necrobook, mass Necrobook on the Radiant side. They really want to go for the very, very decisive mid-game push. 16 minutes in, Necrobook level 2 will do so much damage. It's like having another hero. Getting a highly leveled Necrobook this early in the game is just brutal. It's brutal, man.
It really is. I mean, sure, there's not a lot of AoE that, will pop the blue Necrobook, but all the better. You have another minion to send it at your enemy hero. Like, if you finish it 20 to 25 minutes in, Necro 3 is another hero. The damage output, the aura it provides, the mana burn, it's just so good. And having two of them, it's going to just double the fun here for Orange. Man,
Yeah, and Mushi's going to be able to pick up Necrobook level 3 very, very soon, once he gets the Courier shipped out, in fact. And Mushi just hiding in the bushes for a bit. Summons the Necrobook Warrior is going to go for a little bit of damage. I don't know why he didn't just wait for Necrobook level 3 to be shipped out, because he does have the gold. As looks like Super is maneuvering into position, Mushi just blinks out, trolling it up. As Long DD, he cannot get anything going. Chen not being exploited. Burning getting Epicenter, Frostbitten. So much damage being thrown on Burning, but he's still surviving it. Oh my god, but KYXY managed to get the last hit. And Burning being hurt down once more, just checking out his gold again. Looks like he did buy the relic just before then, so it's not the biggest loss in the world. Of course, losing your carry at any point in the game is a very, very detrimental thing, but he does have the relic at least.
on the top lane, that gank, you saw the effectiveness of actually keeping the enemy supports down. If Vengeful Spirit was level 6, he would have swapped the Syllabear out, and to be honest, I think Syllabear would have lived. But because Orange is playing so well, because they're killing everyone all over the map, they're keeping Vengeful Spirit at level 5, and really she's not that good of a hero defensively without it. And wow, that Necro... Necro popped and the Vengeful Spirit went from 4 HP down to 200, and that's the effectiveness of that.
Long DD gets shackle shotted.
And I think he's gonna be dead center coming around to drive him away, and Long DD lifts the tail, but another tower will be going down. We're 18 minutes in, all tier 2 towers are down, and DK's got one themselves. This is an uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean, Dyer's Roshan advantage clearly not going to make any difference whatsoever with all their towers down. Orange can go for Roshan anytime they want. Maybe they want to just take a team fight with the Epicenter, although it is on Kalora. Haven't used it on Burning, but we did see how many spells it did take to bring Burning down. So that still reminds Orange, they got a clock, and it's ticking. They still have quite a bit of time, but if Burning gets too tank, Epicenter won't do too much damage. Queen of Pain won't do too much damage. Necrobooks will still do a reasonable amount of damage, but if you leave Burning to breathe, he will get all the area he can possibly get.
Yeah, that clock, I mean, it's ticking, but it's...
Ticking very slowly, much too slowly.
It's ticking very slowly. They got some time here.
Yeah, they...
And of course, going up against the hill, it's always a tough thing. Even if you have big item advantage like this and big level advantage, up by 11 kills, they're up by like 12,000 gold, 14,000 to be exact. To be honest, they could all rush in and just go for a team fight, but in the time that you lose, then it's you know, that's the avenue of comeback that DK needs. If you give them any breathing room, they will come back. So right now, you know, Orange taking a little bit slow, gathering their items, getting some farm, pushing every single lane to do some pressure. What they really want right now on Orange is one pickoff. If you get any pickoff against Avenge or Chen, Tai Hunter, if you really could go for it, or maybe Burning. If you get a pick off on him, that's pretty good. Shackle shot, that's gonna lash. Nice. As we see, no, he's got on the high ground, so you don't want to go. Here comes, that Entangle. They're gonna go for Extinct. Extinct's gonna go down. Ravage whips, but
nicely played by Super.
Kill Super so very low. It's gonna die to power shot. No, it's gonna be not. Oh, Saget comes in, huge. Ravage, no, it gets canceled. It's gonna be fine now. Winter, a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get Entangle again. He's gonna go down. Birdie picks up 2 kills. Suddenly, he's gonna have the Radiance. What a turnaround.
Yeah, I think Orange, they hesitated a little bit too much. Extinct died very quickly with the Enchantress, and Winter went in for a very unfortunate blink. I think he might have been able to channel the Epicenter before he went for that blink barrel strike, but unfortunately that's going to cost, looks like Orange recognizes that they're still very farmed, pushing all the lanes, getting all the farm they can, but Burning with the Radiance very, very shortly is going to be really, really hard. He's going to be able to push the creep waves a bit more, and that might give... That gives DK a little bit of light in this dark day.
I mean, yeah, sure, Radiance is a first step, but it really is not what is going to carry them back. What Radiance will do for you is, for example, when when Burning gets initiated, he could send the bear on support, and he could probably get a kill. But that's really it. Like, he's not gonna really kill the Queen of Pain. He's really not gonna kill the Windrunner just yet with that alone. What he really needs to do with the Radiance now is just build survivability. Get that cloak up, get the hood up, get the Vlads up, get whatever you can and survive, so that your bear could do more damage as they try to kill you. And trust me, they will try to kill you. And there's a Radiance finish.
Nice reflexes by Mushi, narrowly avoiding the gank as R2K managed to find a Blink Dagger in all the midst of that trouble for him. But Mushi is ridiculous farm, 3,500 golden bank, Necro 3 being picked up, or already picked up for quite a bit. They're going to go for Roshan with this huge map control advantage, and I don't know if DK can stop them. They have the Ravage, or they don't have the Ravage, so looks like Orange recognizes this. They realize that, okay, no Ravage, we can probably take this quite easily, and with the Aegis on Mushi, it's going to be really, really tough for DK to gain another foothold in this game.
And it seems like DK says, okay, you're gonna have the Aegis, that's fine with us.
We're gonna group hug.
We're gonna group hug here. And no, they're gonna smoke up and they're gonna try to counter. But really, they're trying to go for a gank on Yamateh? This is not gonna work. You'll see it coming. And Windrunner out. There's no force tap, but does have a phase boot. Look at that. We have an Ogre Club being purchased here on Yamateh. So maybe a Black King bar? Gotta be a Black King bar, right? What else he's getting?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that can really keep DK in the game is all this magical burst damage. Ravage, Dream Coil, just going to do so much work. And if they get a BKB up, it's going to be really, really difficult. Of course, Entangle does go through BKB swap. There are some counters, but not enough for DK's tastes. And especially when they're so far behind.
BKB blocks the most important spell, which is Ravage, and that's the only thing that she really needs to worry about. So, and as we see these poor support trying to counter ward up the hill, miss. As we see Radiant with the Aegis now, will be trying to go to the high ground and trying to finish. They have 2 Necro 3s, Ultimate Orb up on the Queen of Pain. The item difference is unreal. Vanguard gets picked up here on Winter as well as a point booster. He's in mad tank. Extinct has a point booster as well as a gem. BKB is almost going to be finished on Yamateh. There's no way they're going to lose a fight.
Well, but never say never. This is Dota. Anything can happen.
This is DK, yeah, man.
We've seen crazier things happen.
Never say never.
Yeah. Especially if Una says never say never, then you know DK still has a shot. Very quick to call games. As ROTK, they do spot Winter on the high ground, but Winter just going to farm a bit more right in front of their eyes, taunting them, saying, look what I can do. And DK, they wish they could do that at the moment.
Watching for any kind of surprising items on either team. Of course, the Dire don't have gold to make any surprising item purchases with Crystal Mid. Oh, it looks like we're going to have initiation on Winter. They're going to try to get something that no one's nearby. Can you get the kill against Winter? Seems like it's going to be close. Burrow strike out. No, he's just so damn tank. Great choice to actually go for an item like the Vanguard. Meanwhile, look at the minimap on the top. They're going to go for it. Okay, Winter's going to go down. Entango's not going to bring him out of... because Entango does reveal invisible units. Sanking buys back. He's going to teleport to the mid lane. Look at the push happening on the bot. Look at the push happening to the mid. Everyone trying to TP out. It looks like the Ravage just used for the Crystal Maiden. Hey, a Crystal Maiden is a Crystal Maiden kill. 2 kills going for the Radiant side. Bot is defended. Top is defended. DK showing some signs of life. But again, they are so...
I think that was actually a mistake by Super. Killing a Crystal Maiden with the Ravage.
Oh, come on.
They just saw Winter buy back. Now they can push in with the Epicenter.
Here's the thing. Last time he hit nothing. So this time is an improvement. So it's all good,
Infinite improvement because he had nothing before.
There you go.
Ever the optimist. As Ravage is down for quite a bit long, and Crystal Maiden is going to respawn very quickly, so I still don't think very good choice.
No, that was a horrible mistake. What he wanted to do was also to get Yamateh, and if he got Yamateh alongside, that probably would have been worth it. But even so, yeah, Sanking bot back. There's a swap here, and that's going to force him to blink out. Unfortunately, swap has a very long cooldown. A little bit of miscommunication as we see the Centaur get stolen. This tower will be going down very, very quickly. Again, Sanking waiting on the background, and he is going to be channeling a big epicenter, level 14 already. Though you do have Hand of God, and of course, Sanking's ultimate does take quite a bit of time to actually go through. So, Chen's a lot of opportunity to drop off his ultimate.
Of course, Birding doing a nice job, sending the bear ever vigilantly to scout ahead, and if you can disable Winter's Blink Dagger, then all the better. As ROTK, Hong DD, all the DK squad hiding in their base, and Mushi is going to go back to the bottom lane to farm up a bit more. Orange might be losing a little bit of their window of opportunity. They're still very far ahead, but the game is approaching 30 minutes, and I'm not really too sure how much longer you want to keep DK in the game.
To be honest, I feel like Crystal Maiden should really, or Enchantress should get a Medallion Encourage. Because every time that the bear sends it out on the front, just put a Medallion on him and get a couple of physical hits. Just wear it down. Because Burning eventually have to resummon it. And if you kill it in a team fight, well, there goes his Radiance. As we see, try to dive out of the base. That's also really good turtling so far here by the squad. That's waiting for the TIE Hunter Ravage to come down. Sure, he's using it only for a Crystal Maiden, but if they allow you to let it come back offline, it's good enough. One thing for both Enchantress and Champ players, remember, is that you can actually dominate Necro 3s, as we see initiation on Zippo. Zippo, look at the Necro books, doing some big damage, and wow, what a shackle shot. Zippo's gonna go down. TIE Hunter's gonna blink out. TIE Hunter, by the way, somehow's got a blink and an arcane.
How did he get that, man?
I don't know, well, maybe all those ravages on Crystal Maiden. You on the bottom here, look at the push happening. Mushi trying to get a kill on Burning, but look at how tanky he is. He's like, I don't care, bro, I'm gonna go and kill Mushi. Mushi dies, he does have the Aegis of Immortal. Meanwhile, you gotta turn off that Radiance. Is he gonna die? No, the bear took the damage. They're very lucky. Mushi trying to get the kill. He's not gonna blink in. And oh, Mushi now in trouble. Mushi might be going down. There's a cloud on Mushi. Mushi dies.
Top lane.
The is gonna go down. So that was well worth it for Mushi. Lone Drea picks up a killing spree. Everyone backs the hell. That's a melee Rax. I'm starting to think that DK could play with a melee Rax down, judging from how the game's going.
Yeah, DK making all the right choices with their backs against the wall. Unfortunately, they couldn't defend their top barracks. They had to kill Mushi, who was going after their leader, burning. But the bottom tier 3 tower is below half HP, so DK is clearly not out of the woods yet, and their Rex down. So definitely still very much in Radiant's advantage.
Go difference still climbing. ROTK in a little bit of trouble. What a lucky silence. Sand King blinked in and got silenced immediately. ROTK could thank his slutters for that. As we see Burning still farming it up, and I think the big difference that allowed Burning to survive that onslaught from the Queen of Pain was the cloak. 15% spell resistance is a big deal if you have that much HP, and he has 1800 HP. I think that was a Hyperstone purchase. Yes, it was. I thought he's going to go for more for defensive items. Like, you know what? I'm going to just try my best to carry it up, and Hyperstone is his answer. Once he finishes assault, well, you know, that's a different story, but for now, he will have Hyperstone and no buyback. This is such a bold move. Oftentimes, we see Chinese players love to save for buyback, love to go for the for sure thing, the safe thing. In this case, Burning says, you know what, we gotta go big or we're going home.
Yeah, and Mushi has finished that Scythe of Vice up on the Radiant side. And just checking out the more item progression. Yamateh has finished that BKB, Necro 3. Looks like Extinct has finished that Aghanim Scepter. A little bit unsure with all these new item icons. So Radiant, they are quite stacked. They are as ready as ever, but looks like Winter might be cut out once more. Winter is invisible at the moment, and unluckily he does get picked off once more, and that's going to delay the push even further. DK making nice moves, catching people out of position, and this is not what Orange wanted to happen. They were so very much in control.
How can they saw me?
DK map pack.
You're down by 6 kills. You're down by 15,000 gold, and Chen decides, yeah, you know what? Let's pick up a gem, cause we'll bounce. And they got them that kill. Sand King was invis, smoke got dispelled, and immediately they knew that there was an invisible hero nearby. And they got a kill on the Sand King. No buyback this time. Radiant trying to get a top push, but look at DK. Some signs of life. Again, they're trying to get a tier 1. They will be able to defend on the bot in time as well, or top lane, excuse me. They will have enough time to TP. Look at how quickly this tower will be going down. Silver does do some crazy stuff, but look at the mid. They're trying to push in. 2 Necro Books gets popped, a teleport scroll comes in. Super is going to teleport in as well. He's going to get Hex, and the Necro Book should be stuck on top of him. No, not sure why they're not sticking on top. And it looks like we have Blink Dagger coming in from Super. As we see Zippo. Oh, there's a pretty bad Ravage, only getting like 2 or 3 here. Mushi blinks out. Orange is going to try to TP out. Yamateh, can he TP out? There's a swap to cancel that TP. Rax is not being breached right now. Yamateh trying to do anything, but a single Entangle is gonna do it. That bear so very quickly. Yep, nicely done. Super gets yet another kill. Ravage is used. Extinct trying to run out here. We do have a blink block. No blink block just yet from ROTK. He's trying to orb ahead, but Sand King channeling an ultimate. He will find 3 supports, and looks like Zippo is gonna go down. Hand of God comes in. Will Zippo survive? No, he won't, but he's trying to get a kill on Winter in return. Meanwhile, we have Extinct doing big damage with his Axe Scepter, and I think that was a really poor chase by DK. And of course, Silver was not there, so that was one of your best chasing hero. And the chase returns on the other side. This is 4 kills going in the other direction. ROTK trying to survive. He will do so, but the haste on Mushi, that's going to seal the deal. I think kind of, wow, Sonic Ray being dropped down. Silver is the only person alive, but I don't think he could 1v5. He's trying to get a kill here against the Queen of Pain, but really, he is going to go down. The lack of defensive item is killing him. Super trying to buy back here, but look at the kiting from Extinct. Mushi does die, but he buys back. Super really does not do enough. We don't have buyback here from Silver, and I do believe the mid-racks will go down right now.
Very, very nice play, salvaging a very desperate situation for Orange as they managed to keep up the baits going, and DK, they're in a little bit of trouble. Backs against the wall. Chen manages to respawn. DK burning down for quite a bit longer. Looks like Mushi bought back, wanting to keep all the advantage that they possibly can get. Blanket from Zippo and Super. Shackle Shot not going to latch. It does manage to hit Zippo, my bad. As Super taking so much damage, gets Hex, gets a Necro 3, and he's going to die as well. DK burning still down for 25 seconds. Very, very true. And looks like Orange is going to take this and riot to victory. Nicely done by Orange, taking the game away from DK. What a game.
The game was out of reach for DK 2 or 3 minutes in the game, and Orange, they never look back. Good job holding on to lead against one of the most prominent team in China, but I'm not sure if they deserve that title right now because they're getting pwned upon by Orange. Very good play. Mushi got, I mean, look at them, they're so farm. Of course, Winter opened up with a dominant bot lane. Mushi kept it up with a strong mid game. And of course, Yamateh, despite being hammered down hard early on the top, was able to get some big items as well. And one fell swoop, 32-minute victory against DK.
Yeah, I think more credit has to go to Orange than you're making it out to seem. DK, they played okay. I mean, they were out of position in the early game, but when it really came down to it, they made a lot of nice choices in the mid to late game. But unfortunately, Orange rode their advantage too hard, made nice choices when to turn back, when to fight. They were caught out of position a couple of times, but that happens in games. So Orange just playing very well. They are definitely a team to be feared, and they're going to take this match and go up another round into Pro Dota 2 qualifiers. Or Pro Dota 2, not qualifiers, just the Asian region.
Just Pro Dota 2.
My bad.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We're going to be coming back with the next game, Myth Trust versus Stars Boba, also part of the Pro Dota 2. And thanks for watching, and stick with us next time.